See the joy. Just a wonderful day. We're good? Okay, I'd like to call to order this Board of Equalization and Review. I have a few things to read out for everyone here that's appealing. We're the 25 Board of Equalization and Review for Union County. We've been appointed by the county commissioners to hear all taxpayers with respect to concerns and complaints regarding the valuation of their property for tax purposes. Property owners appearing before the Board of Equalization and Review have the right to a fair and equitable hearing. The Board of Equalization and Review has been charged with ensuring that the proper legal principles have been applied in a valuation dispute for tax purposes. The format for the hearing is as follows. The clerk calls the case and the county will locate the property or explains the situation, personally property, but I'm pretty sure it's all real estate. Is that right today? All right, the appellant would come up to the microphone, and we have to be close to the microphone so we can hear you. The appellant presents his or her case. The assessor's office offers defense. Both parties will be given the opportunity to rebut and conclude. All questions from either party should be directed to the chairman. That will be me today. The board will rule on the case or table it and inform the taxpayer when it will be reopened. The taxpayer will be notified in writing of the board's decision on the property in 30 days. By statute, the burden of proof is on the taxpayer to demonstrate that the assessment is erroneous. Now, only individual taxpayers or licensed residential or certified real estate appraisers licensed to do business in North Carolina may express an opinion of value of real property. No other persons, whether attorneys in fact, attorneys in law, corporate representatives, are entitled to express an opinion of real property values. And first, please silence your cell phones. And if you have any questions, just ask away, but I think it's pretty self-explanatory. We are taxpayers just like y'all are. Just relax. I'm not a bad chairman when I become chairman, which is the first time, so it should be a fun trip. Let's start the proceedings.
Hearing one is parcel 07033033, Jan and Craig Cox, if the county will please locate the property.
Okay. Good afternoon. This property is located off Lawyers Road and Indian Trail between the stretch of Emerald Lake Drive and Rock Hill Church Road, but it's off of Lawyers Road.
Okay, can you bring that in a little bit so I can see some rounding areas? Okay,
Here is Lawyers Road
there you go.
and Goldcrest is here.
All right. We're good, and everybody knows where it's located?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
All right, Mr. Cox, Ms. Cox.
Afternoon to the board. Thank you for hearing this appeal. I'm sure you got your study packet here that I gave to you. I'm just going to submit before I start just a little bit of background.
Okay.
My wife and I moved from Mecklenburg County. We had been searching for property for over 3.5 years. We had criteria that we were specifically looking for. I had elderly parents that I needed to stay close to.
Right.
I had a grandson that I wasn't going to get far from.
I understand.
And so therefore, we did not want to be stuck, 60 miles away somewhere in Rock Hill or something.
Okay.
This property just dropped into our lap one afternoon. My wife saw this. We went out to look at it, and she absolutely fell in love with it. I was done looking at houses every weekend. So we negotiated, they had actually been asking more than the 650 for this house when it came on the market, and we negotiated down to the 650 purchase price.
Okay.
So again, when this occurred, this was like kind of the top of the market, the housing market around, that people were bidding on houses over and above what people were asking for. So we did not want to lose this house. We agreed to the 650 purchase.
And when was that date?
Sir,
When was that date? When did you purchase the property?
September of '23.
23, 2 years, all right?
Yes, sir. And we were fully aware and cognizant that we overpaid for this house. There was no question with either one of us, but we pretty much felt like we had found what we were looking for. So, that kind of onus is on us for overpaying, but we kind of feel like at this point in time that we're being penalized for that by the tax assessor's office. One of the things that I want to start out with before we get into this documentation here is my pole building assessment that it shows on this documentation. On the first page with this, the houses on the front of it, they've got an assessment of almost $79,000, the outbuilding value. And the second page that I have submitted to you folks is the 2025 schedule of standard rules and values for property. And using, what was supplied to us as a good value for a 2,400 square foot pole building was $17.99 a square foot is what it shows on this documentation. And using that value, I come up with a value of, where are we at here, $43,170. So that's such a discrepancy. I mean, that $79,000 is more than it's almost twice as much as I paid to build the building.
Mr. Cox, I got another quick question for you.
Yes, sir.
So I understand you bought it in September of '23 for $650, paid way too much for it, is your opinion, but you paid for it.
Correct.
And then, do you know what the current value the county has on your property?
I have not looked at it.
I have on in my papers, that's why I just want to make sure. The current value is 645. Okay?
Well, the last,
Was 683 you were notified?
right.
The notice was 683, that's why I'm interjecting this now, is that the county has now a current value of $645,000, which is $5,000 less than what you paid for it approximately 2 years ago. Is that correct?
If that is the value, yes, sir, that would be correct, 5,000 less.
Okay.
But again, with some of the purported documentation that I have here to submit, that it doesn't seem to align with what other houses on the market are coming up with. We were told several, I hate to say this, I mean, in our minds, conflicting information. At the town hall meeting in Monroe, we were told that if we submitted an assessment that was dated, around that 2023 purchase, that assessment would be used as the property value of the home. I mean, that was a statement that was made to us. So again, we submitted that assessment. As you can see, the last piece of documentation here was done by Morrison Appraisal. And they came up with houses that were selling in 2023 at $515,000. I mean, that was their professional opinion that would have been an equitable.
Do you have that appraisal? Did the county?
You should have that in your
It's in your-
documentation, yes, sir. That's the last page in your documentation.
Okay.
So, we thought, okay, well, we were cleared there, that we were good to go. Well, we provided that, and then that was denied. So then we were requested to, can you do comps on houses And by looking at the ones that were provided to us by, we did our research and county provided ones to us, that the assessed, they were assessed lower than the purchase price, not, well, I realize, as you say, mine's just minutely lower than 650, but I mean, I'm looking at assessed values that are, anywhere from this to this.
Yeah.
90 to $190,000 less than their purchase price
Okay,
of homes, if you look at that first page.
all right. And then the appraisal that you had done, was that when you bought the house?
It was provided around the date of purchase is how it was
Yeah, you
calculated.
have-
Yes, sir.
I mean, unless you paid cash for it or whatever, but the banks usually, is that what he came up with at that time?
Yes, sir.
Was how much again?
515.
He said it was he said it was worth,
$515,000 was.
and you
was
made
what-
an offer for 650.
Again, out of, I hate to say, desperation and lack of patience.
Right.
Yes, sir, we purchased that. So, we came out of pocket with the difference of those monies to make the purchase.
May I say something?
Yes, please, son.
So, as he said, when we purchased the house, houses were flying off the market.
Right.
I mean, and people were paying well over the value of the houses. And we just don't feel like we should be penalized for that in terms of,
Well, it
what
would-
we paid for it and what the actual value of it was.
Yeah, but the county does a mass appraisal, for all properties, and that starts when? When do y'all start collecting data, Van? For this past appraisal, past 2 years or whatever.
For a 25-year appraisal, we would have started collecting data, some data as early as beginning of '23, but relied more on sales as it got closer to the revaluation date.
Okay.
So-
So that's from like 23 to 25, up to the end of 25.
Right.
So that's why I wanted to know when that appraisal was.
23 forward,
And
is that not what you?
July 1, '23 forward would have been the general window, but if we had sales in the neighborhood closer to the revaluation date,
Look at those.
those are going to carry more weight.
They would give it
Yeah.
more weight. Okay. So you have the appraisal, and obviously the county has a chance to look at the appraisal.
Right, it
to
was
look at the
submitted,
comps.
that was submitted months ago
Okay,
to the tax assessor's office.
all right.
And then, just a third piece of kind of, I hate to say this, confusion to us. I mean, we were told that the schedule of values and standards were used to set, a house value. And, okay, if you look at, I think it's page 3 of this documentation that I provided for you folks, I mean, we went through whatever that is, like 200-page document, and pulled out every piece of information that applied to our household. And we came up with $545,000 as a current value on that property.
Okay.
And again, in dealing with this, I mean, I realize, death and taxes are your two absolutes, and I'm not opposed to 550, 560. I mean, I see that, but I mean, this being appraised at 645 seems a little exorbitant to me.
All right.
And I think my last statement, and I found this out a few minutes ago, was that the tax assessor was going to stand up and talk to us. Well, Ms. Wiggins and my wife and me have been on numerous calls. I'm sure she's tired of hearing from us.
Right.
She accepted and was happy with the $515,000 assessment. She had called us and approved us and told us that was good to go.
Well, we'll find out what the county has when it's their time to get it.
Well, I understand, but the only thing was that then when it went
to her.
One step above, that was denied again.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, one of the assessor personnel was happy with the assessment we provided.
Okay,
So,
that makes sense. All right, let me see if anybody on the board has any questions. Tom, do you have any?
I was just trying to go through this appraisal, and maybe I just can't see it because my eyes are not working good today. What was the date of this appraisal?
uh,
I don't
Because
know
I
the
don't
exact
see it
date.
on the first page.
It starts on page 23 in the evidence.
Well, that's where I'm looking.
It's 9.
He's
20
looking at the appraisal and
It's
he's
9/22, 2023. and
23.
It's right above the
right,
price.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right,
I still don't see it, but I'll take your word for it.
Right in the third paragraph, fourth paragraph.
Oh, yeah, there it is. 9/22.
Oh,
23.
It all ran together so much I
All right.
couldn't see it. Thank you.
I can't see anything that small either, don't feel.
Yeah, well, I've got a magnifying glass, and barely found it.
there you go.
So,
Any other questions?
That was it.
All right.
I do
Reverend?
have one question. So one of the discrepancies you're claiming is the pole barn.
absolutely, yes, sir.
And
No-
it's
Nobody can explain where that
roughly
number
a
came from.
$30,000 difference ballpark.
It's almost $40,000
Almost 40.
difference, yeah.
I can speak to that because I went through that book page by page, the book he was talking about that was on y'all's website. And there were different types of buildings. And ours is a pole building. I mean, it has wood framing, wood trusses. I mean, it meets all the criteria. And that's what it's called. That's what we purchased, was a pole building.
Did y'all have
And I
pictures
saw-
of, excuse me, did you have pictures of it in your information to the to us? You know,
Not
a
in
picture
this-
of the building so we know what it looks like.
Not in this packet, no,
No,
sir.
That was the aerial of it.
Okay,
Yeah, there is the aerial I saw when they pulled
All right.
it up, but that's it. And again, it is exactly as she described. It is just a, you know, steel sheeted pole building is all it is. It's my storage, tractor storage, little workshop, you know,
understand.
that's,
gotta have it.
that's
Gotta
my
have it.
deal. I loved it.
But I noticed in the book over here, as I was flipping through, that they graded it at $33.80 a square foot. And that is, if you look on that page that we provided, that price is not even, that figure is not even on that page. So they obviously deemed it as something other than a pole building. I don't have the other sheets.
Maybe we'll
with me.
find out when the county gets
Yeah.
up. That's
Right.
what's gonna help us
That's-
out. It's, we
That's
gotta,
my point. The
you
county
know,
gotta tell us what they use.
that's what I was
What
thinking.
type of building they said it is.
all right, that sounds good. Jimmy, you have any questions?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yes, I have a question. You mentioned twice, you were told by. Well, who told you? Who is the,
I didn't necessarily want to bring specific names into it, but if you'd like to, I will. Brad Helms, Hart, ran the town meeting in Monroe that night, and there was a question asked, we didn't even ask it, about if the assessment, if there were there was a question asked if somebody had paid over market value for the house, how was that applied? And there was a question also asked, where am I going with this? I lost it.
Which question?
If the assessment were provided, that would suffice for the tax value. That was told to us, and there again, you know, I didn't sit there and record that, so I mean,
that's the only by who?
sir,
That is the only by who person?
Brad,
Was anybody else telling you anything? Or just Mr. Helms?
well, he was running the meeting that night, so
Okay.
he was the one making the statements, and people were
Presentation.
asking him those questions.
All right, thank you.
So,
Bob, you have any questions for the?
I want to, just this in the folder you gave us,
yes, sir.
is this familiar? These are the comps that you were provided.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, that's all I got.
All right.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir, Van.
I'll add some context before Latasha comes up. So the meeting they're speaking to in Monroe, I actually ran that meeting and did the presentation. The two questions he's addressing specifically was if we have an appraisal, can we submit that? The answer to that question was yes, you can submit it, but it's got to be within a reasonable time of the valuation date.
Yeah.
If it's close to the valuation date or as of the valuation date, then yes, an appraisal can serve as some of your evidence. we still have to review that and go through that analytical process of reviewing the appraisals compared to what the market is showing. We did not get into any discussion that I recall about paying above quote asking price, because the sales price is the market. Whether it's above what people were asking or below what people were asking, that does have some factor into the market value of the property. So I'll just provide context on that.
Okay. All right, if y'all,
And again, I can't argue with the gentleman by any means, but again, it was so easily misunderstood that
yeah,
it,
okay, that's all right. That's your opinion. It's fine. You can have a seat unless you have another question.
One quick question. The
Sure.
pole barn, does it have power and water?
it does not have water, it does have power.
Okay, good, thank you.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
May I add really quick?
Yes, sir.
None of this was brought up to us before
You
this
can,
meeting.
you can have a seat.
Oh, okay.
He's talking to the board.
All the stuff in the blue folder was new to us 20 minutes ago, so we haven't had any chance to look at any of the stuff about the pole barn or anything like that.
Okay.
It's all new information to us.
Okay, did y'all hear that, gentlemen?
New information, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. All right, anything else? Let's move on and we'll have the counties.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So the address is 55235 Goldcrest Drive. It's located off of Lawyers Road and Indian Trail. This property is a brick home with an unfinished basement or storage on the back. The property has a large detached garage that sits on 5 acres of land. So I would like to start off on page 42, which shows the first comp that came in. We performed a market analysis using the recent comparable sales from the area close to
Excuse
the-
me, let me interrupt you one
Sure.
second. Do y'all have that information in front of you, the comps that they used?
It is the ones we provided, I can't swear it's the ones that she's referring to.
Okay.
We had
Do they have our booklet if they need it? Because I just want them to hear what the county's expressing.
The comps being presented would have been presented prior to the taxpayer.
Had to be given to them.
Okay. So we don't, their comps are not the ones in the book.
The comps on page 43 are the county's comps.
Yeah, that's what I wanted them to
They've been
see.
given that.
Yeah, oh, they've been given that?
Correct.
Okay, good.
Yes.
So you have it. All right, go ahead.
You can,
Yes, I think some of the comps that they use is the ones that we provided to them.
Okay.
So we performed the market analysis using the recent comparable sales from the area close to the taxpayer's home. Because the taxpayer had a recent sale, we used them as one of the comps. So I was able to find 3 more comps that fits the subject's home and characteristics, which is the ranch, a single-family ranch with a 2-car garage. So the first comp is the subject, which is a ranch-built home with a 2-car garage. There's a good minus quality on the home. The home was built in 2001, has an average condition, and the square footage is 2,240 square feet. And on comp 2 is also a ranch built, all brick, 2-car garage with a good minus quality. It's like 7 years older than the subject, built in 1994 with an average condition, and the square footage is 1903. Comp 3 is a ranch, all brick home, 2-car garage, good minus quality, also 7 years older than the subject, built in 1994, average condition with 1,990 square feet. And the last is comp 4, is a ranch, all brick home with 2-car garage, good minus quality, 4 years older than the subject, built in 1997, with average condition, square footage is 1,887. So when we use these comps, it was able to lower the first evaluation, and the new evaluation became the 645,200 from the original 83,200. And again, they purchased the home for 650.
Okay,
So, and, so this, when the property was purchased, after the property was purchased, that's when the, garage was built. It's a 60
okay.
by 40, garage. And, we have it built like starting late to 23, but it was finished in, 20, I guess it was this year, 25. It would be,
No, it was 24.
Yeah,
It
24.
was finished early 24.
yeah, but it won't be billed until the next billing period.
Oh.
So as far as the appraisal, you know, it was said that we would consider the appraisal, but felt like, because of the date and the market was still moving, that we would not accept it. So I spoke with Mr. and Mrs. Cox about that, and we decided to just, we was just gonna move in. The county was just gonna move on, and we was gonna settle at the 45,200. We looked at other properties. We submitted them 2 other comparable sales reports. So we wanted to look at, because they had more square footage, because the first comps came in and it was in a subdivision. So they have 5 acres of land, so we wanted to move out a little further to get, to address the acreage. So,
So you went out and got more comps,
we did.
okay, and where are they?
Right behind it, right?
We submitted it to the, Mr. and Mrs. Cox,
Oh.
so they would be able to, you know, look over it. But we just felt like the appraisal did not reflect the property as of 1/1/2025.
So did you have an opportunity to look at the appraisal?
We did.
Okay, and when you did, what were the comps that they used to get to the 515? Was it close by, was it?
It was
within a
close
mile?
by. I didn't feel like it really reflect, the true value, because most of the, homes in her immediate neighborhood are like 20 or 30 years older than her property.
Okay. All right,
So, hold on, let me get my notes. So we did, do the first one, that was with the land, and it came out to the, 640,300, which was like 1% less than what we already had it on. That's the comps that had at least 2 to 5 acres of land. The second comparable sales report that we chose had more 2024 sales, which was similar in square footage to the subject. All the properties were about 1 to 1.5 miles away from the subject, and that report suggested a value of $694,400, which is more than the original assessed value of the 283. So all the comps that, you know, that came in and that we did, showed a much higher value than the 515 value in 2023. All the appraisals occurred, so we feel as the county that the appraisal, of course, do not reflect the current representation of the value of the 1/1/25, and did not, the appraisal of the 515 did not include the garage, and the size of it is 2,400 square feet, which is a 60 by 40. I was still trying to work with her, doing the numbers, So, and I think you brought it up earlier about the 515, and it was 2 years. You know, on the average, the county's value had went up at least 63% from last reval, which is at least 15, a little over 15%. If you add in the 15% for each year, the first one came up to 681. If you add the garage, it comes up to like 759. If I even tail down to 10%, if you add in the 2 years from the 515, it came up to 623. And you add in the garage, it's 701. And I know now we did not see the information. I didn't know it was a discrepancy with the garage and what we were gonna call it. But when I was sitting over here, we did it, the numbers still, it doesn't add up, because if you add the 515, and even if we took the pole building down to the 1799 square feet, we still coming up with the 2 years difference of 669,000.
Okay,
So
all right. Do we have any questions? Are you through?
I'm through. We
Okay.
just said that the 515 appraisal isn't a representation of the true market value at that time.
Okay. Bob, do you have any questions for the county?
I do. How is the land being valued here? And I'm trying to sort it out, but I'm having a hard time.
I think it was about 40,000 more than those quarter-acre lots, wasn't it? It was like 100.
It was 50,000 more than this.
I didn't.
50,000 more than what, I'm sorry?
I know, I'm trying.
You want to know what is the value that we have on it?
Yes, the total value of the land.
Okay,
I thought it was 131, but I'm probably wrong.
okay.
I'm probably
131.
wrong.
130, I think she said 131, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, all right, it was 131.
Thank you.
And those comps, quarter-acre comps that they had, they were at 85. You know, a third, quarter, you know, the comps on, that the county provided. So that's a big difference. Anything else, Bob?
No, that's all I have. Thank you.
All right. Jimmy, any comment?
Thank you, Ms. Wiggins, for coming up. The taxpayers mentioned that you had went into an agreement on the 515. Tell me about that.
Well, at first, you know, we were thinking that we were gonna use it, but, you know, when I was doing the numbers, it just wasn't adding up.
Okay,
So we have to go to what's closer to 1/1 of 2025.
so an initial looking, there was the possibility that it may work, but further investigating showed that it wouldn't.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Any other questions?
No, sir.
All right.
Good,
Bob?
Mr. Chairman.
Well, I will note that the dates of 2 of the 3 sales on that appraisal are prior to the window of July 1, 23, which makes it difficult to accept from that point of view.
From where the county came in and started appraising the
Yes.
properties, I agree.
Yeah, that's one. But the one thing I think they have to agree on, is this a garage and it valued at this, or is it a pole barn valued at that? And if they could settle on that part of it and figure it out and adjust from there, it seems like it'd be fair to everybody. Because y'all are valuing it as a garage and they're valuing it as a pole barn. And I don't know which one's right. You know what I'm saying? You know, I know you're
Okay,
saying.
whoa.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Wait a minute, hold on. Yeah, I'm the chairman. I'll see you in a minute. Anything else you want?
But that's the gist of where I have some angst in this.
Yeah.
I don't think the appraisal we could use because of it, too many of their comps are out of date
Okay.
on the appraisal.
And then that appraisal didn't have the garage on it.
And the appraisal didn't have the garage.
Here's the
There's-
Oh.
detached garage. We have it listed as a detached garage.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And
All right.
it's a matter of agreement. Is it a detached garage or is it a detached pole barn? And that's, I'm not a
Okay.
construction expert or nothing else.
I hear you.
So that's where there is a value difference between a garage, a finished garage, and a pole barn.
I heard you. I agree. All right, let's, anything else? I'm gonna, you have a question for the county?
Yeah, this conversation has spurred a question, and how does the county see garages, and how do they see pole barns?
I mean, it's a lot of detailed into it. I mean, you want to speak to it?
Yeah, sure. Typically, if you'll look at and this is new documentation, we just received them calling a pole building as we come in. It was listed as a detached garage, and as you can see, it's got garage doors, and when it was measured and listed, it was listed as a detached garage. The description of what was built was referred to as a farmer-built. Pole buildings are typically farmer-built, and they're more crude construction. This, in my opinion, is more of a pole building. But like I say, the value we have on it is less than the property sold for in 2023 without this garage in consideration at all. So we already have reduced the value. But like I say, it is new information, and we could do a field review and make a better determination as to what to call it moving forward. But from this
All right.
view right here, it looks like a detached garage as far as the county is concerned.
Okay.
You wanted to mention this.
Anything else?
And
No, I'm good. Well, what is the value, if it was being gauged as a detached garage, what would that value be? If it's being gauged as a pole barn, what would that value be?
well, we do have the 78 on there now, and with the comps, on the first comp, we had reduced it to the 645. And I did the math for if we was going, and we added in the pole, making it a pole building, the value would go up to 669,
Okay, thank you.
All right.
130, 669, 130.
It would go up.
Yeah. Wasn't on
The difference
I'm
on the
confused.
No, I thought he was talking about
The pole building, I don't have the information because I don't have all of it in front of me, but we do have 78,000 as a detached garage. A pole building would value lower than that. Do you have the information they brought?
Yeah,
in
no, I
today?
did the 38,000 for the 1799.
So 38,000 is the value of the pole building?
Yeah.
Is that where they got the 43,000 from for the pole barn? Is that what they were saying, 43,000? Was that their value for the pole?
Should be about $18 a square foot. So there would be, approximately a $30,000 difference, whether it's a,
Okay,
Pole
so
building
that's
or
where they
a
got the
detached
43 from. Okay, I'm good, Mr. Chairman.
All right. I'm going to have to say, there are questions on this pole building, but y'all just got that information today. Is that correct? When they walked in the door, they presented this and said, there's a big mistake here? Okay.
that's the first one I've heard of.
All right. And in the value of $645,000 the county has on it, right? Did the detached garage, pole building, whatever name we're going to give it, was it valued into the property at $645,000?
$645,000 does include the total value of the outbuilding.
Yeah.
Okay, so it does include it, and this is a piece of property that they paid $650
Right.
and added a pole building, is that
And
correct?
added, yeah.
And they bought the house in 923, so
Right.
that's been like 2.5 years.
Almost 2 years.
Yeah, and so, that's what we're dealing with right now.
Okay, we
All right.
good.
Yes.
Okay. Any more questions, Bob?
No.
Okay. All right. Then what we shall do is have your last comment, and you get to stand up and get in front of the microphone. You can tell us what you got.
Okay. So, as far as the pole building, doing the math, it's $43,176. So if you deducted that from the 645, that would bring it down to 607. But also, if you look on this page, the first page, these are the comps that were provided, some of the comps that were provided to us by Latasha. And
You've said that, I agree.
yeah, yeah,
That's what you
but
said.
if you look at the bottom, I have typed in there, I went and looked up online on the county website to find these houses and what they valued the tax value at. So in 2025, for the first one, not our house, but the first one, they valued it at $561,200.
Okay.
It was purchased for $567,000. The next one, the new tax value is $419,600, and it was purchased for $545,000. And then the new tax value for the next comp was $479,400. And then
And these all houses are right close to y'all? Is that what we're talking about here?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
And the last one was, the tax value for 2025 is $498,500, and that house was purchased for $575,000.
All right.
So, I mean, all those purchase
Well, I think what I'm
prices-
gonna do here,
Okay,
since you brought that to our attention, this is the Board of Equalization and Review, and equalization does matter on tax values. So if somebody would make a motion to table it and let them kind of regroup on getting their information, since they just got the pole barn or garage or whatever, but also maybe get information on the surrounding property in that neighborhood and what those values are compared to the thing. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I hear, Mr. Chairman, but I think there's enough information on the table as far as I'm concerned to look
Well,
at it.
all right, that's what I'm asking. You know, if that's the case.
I'm of the mindset that they ought to go back and do some refiguring and try to come to an agreement if possible.
Uh-huh. Well, I don't think so. They're way far off, aren't they?
Well,
I mean, they're far
They
off.
may-
Somebody will work with me, I'm happy to work with somebody, but
Yeah.
nobody's been offering to do that yet, so I mean.
I think if they work together on the pole barn and look at the
Well, if
values, maybe
you want to
they
make a
come-
motion to table it, to
I
have
make a
them work.
motion that we table it and let
All right, let's-
them work this out when it comes to the value of the pole barn and the surrounding property
Okay,
tax assessments.
we got a
And See if
motion.
they can come to an agreement. If not, they'll have to come back to us for a final arbitration.
Okay, so we got a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
There is a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
Aye.
All right. This will be tabled, and we'll have the county provide, y'all can come back. That's what I'm letting you know. You'll be able to come back. And we'll have maybe a little more information on those issues that the board has,
Hopefully they
and
come to an
can kind
agreement.
of figure out,
okay.
I'm just more concerned about you saying there's houses close by that
I
they
understand.
paid more, and it's, that bothers me. All right. I understand.
That's the main problem here.
Yes, sir.
I have no problem with the evaluation, it's just the actual taxes that are gonna wind up.
I'm sorry. What does that mean?
Well,
You don't have a problem with the valuation, but the taxes,
No,
No.
I'm saying,
you
I
pay.
don't know what the hell I'm saying. I
I agree.
My wife and
That's
I-
probably the best thing. If I was you, I'd go ahead and sit down. We're giving you a lot of help right now, thanks to your lovely wife. She did a fine job. That's what caught my eye.
I did all the research.
You did, I can guarantee that. All right, ma'am? All right, thank y'all very
Thank you
much.
for
And
your
we'll
time.
inform you
Thank you.
when we get that information for them. All right?
Hearing 2 is parcel 07054-641. If the county would please locate the property.
All right, this is number 2. All right. Okay, that's the lot, and let's back out again so we can get a better idea, you know.
Of where it is in the county.
Yeah, just kind of where it is.
It's off of,
This is
485.
it's right on.
Shanamar off of
Shan-
Stevens Mill Road.
Okay, do it one more hit, if you can. What part of the county it's in? Is that,
This is like Indian Trail, out of Stallings, out of Wild Road and Stevens Mill in Shanamar subdivision.
okay. And that's 485 right there to the left, is that correct?
Yes.
All right. All right, are we good? Everybody?
Yes, sir,
familiar?
Mr. Chairman.
All right.
Mr. Dunn, if you want to present your case.
How y'all doing? Appreciate y'all having us in to talk about this. I'm Wyatt Dunn, Matthew Wyatt Dunn's property. I am the mayor of Stallings for the last 12 years, so I've got a few of y'all. And when the notices came out, I got quite a few calls, just like y'all did, and the county commissioners got, what's going on. The funny thing about my piece of property, just a little piece of history, I can't tell where it is on that map.
The one with the blue circle or square or whatever.
I believe
I
that's
got,
what,
I got it, yeah, there we go. You know, as y'all know, and Van knows this well, I imagine that, you know, last year there was some discrepancy of where the county line is. And Mecklenburg County line runs through my backyard, so there was some discrepancy, but I'm definitely in Union County and pay Union County taxes and Stallings taxes, so that's.
but that's not the case today, is it? You're not running through Charlotte, Mecklenburg?
No, I don't pay any Mecklenburg County taxes.
No, I just meant on your property, so
Oh,
there's
no,
not-
that property line runs through my backyard.
Okay,
Yeah, that's just a side point. So.
okay, go ahead.
So I did the same thing. I thought I submitted this spreadsheet to my packet, but I didn't see it in there. So it's late information. It's what I used. Just a little bit of my background. I got a planning degree from Appalachian State.
That's great.
I was a planner for the city of Newton and city of Rock Hill.
So this information that I have right here, the county's just now getting to.
Yes, sir. I apologize.
So that's gonna be another little problem, isn't it?
Yes,
All right?
It's not as complicated as the Cox's, but
Well, here, they can have my copy. Y'all want my copy so you can look at it? All right, go ahead.
so like I said, I was a planner for Rock Hill and Newton
Right.
for a long time, so I know how this process works. And as
Good.
As the mayor, I've done it all as well. So when I got my number of 650,000, and I got all the complaints from citizens, I said, well, I'm just gonna go in and check what my neighbors are, and so I did that, and then I went on Zillow the same day, and Zillow said my property is worth $605,000.
And what day is that? Today or yesterday?
No, the day I got the notice, so that was
Oh,
February, I think it was.
Okay, that's a mass appraisal thing too, so go ahead.
Yes.
I got
So,
it.
so when I saw that, I decided to go in and look at some comparables around my house. I wasn't looking at when they sold, I was just looking at what y'all valued them at. And so what I came to is quite a few of the houses are much bigger than mine, but their price per square foot was much lower than mine. My price per square foot came at $650. Now, since $650, y'all lowered to $639. I don't know if that's in your packet. So, so now it's valued at $219 per square foot versus, and all the other houses, my house is not on the golf course. Golf course lots in Shanamar go for $30,000 plus premium. So I'm just looking at all these houses that are on the golf course, that they're bigger than mine or same size, and they're valued, their square footage is much less than mine.
Okay,
That just didn't make any sense to me.
well, you know, getting in square footage, that's definitely a lot more information. My thing is this, if I got it right, before we keep going on, I'm looking at your owner's opinion of value, and you say it's 600. The original notice from the county was 650.
Right.
Initial appeal review, 639, and that's what they have on there as of right now, I assume.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so when did you buy the property?
Well, I bought the property in August of 2000.
Okay, so you've had it for a long time.
Yes, sir.
And you've seen values go up, correct?
Oh, just like everybody in this
Everybody
room. Yeah, just like
Okay.
everybody in this room.
But you're using tax value as your questionable not being equal,
Yes, sir.
not the actual market value that they have.
Well, Zillow is market value.
Yeah, it's an estimate.
It's an estimate, but,
Yes,
yeah.
sir. Well, they're a multi-billion-dollar company. I think they know what they're talking about.
It's really mass appraisal, so give you that. All right, go ahead, let's
Well, no,
move
that's-
on.
So that's my whole argument there, is 219. The two comps that y'all sent me, one of them, 2401 Dillwyn Court, I don't know where that house is, I didn't look it up, but I was looking at the 8121 Glamorgan. It's 3,100 square feet, it's $150 square feet larger than my house, and it's got a square foot appraisal of $203, which would be close to what, I'm asking for. So I didn't understand why that was not used.
And if that number was used, it would get your property value down to 600, is that what you're saying?
Well, it would be less than 639.
Less?
Yes, sir.
Just a little less, okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. No market, you're just going on tax values.
Yes, sir.
And that's what I needed to hear, so.
Yes, sir.
I guess we can move on. Do y'all have any questions? The information is, and you just brought it tonight, so
Yes, sir, that was my
the
fault.
county hasn't had a chance to look at your, thing,
Right.
so we'll have to
Yes, sir.
deal with that. Anybody?
Quick question, Chairman. I just want to make sure that usually these are set up. I've got appellant documentation, I've got nothing in there.
No documentation?
I don't
No
know.
real documentation.
As an appeal?
That's the appellant's document.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
This is
No, I
what
just-
you submitted?
Well, no, my appellate was a paragraph summary.
Okay.
That's all.
That's
what I
not
wanna make
much
sure.
information.
I'm not
All right.
missing any information right now.
All right. Tom, do you have anything you want to
Well,
ask him?
I just look at all the ones that are off the golf course. And they're all close to not many dollar different per square foot.
Right, well, those are the ones on my street.
On your street, yeah, because that's the ones that aren't on the golf course.
Right.
And there's very, other than one house is bigger, and usually bigger houses have a little bit less per square foot value to them. The smaller houses always seem to have a little higher. We've gone through this
Yeah,
several
we've
times.
talked about it before, in common
Yeah.
sense, yes, but, you
It
never,
doesn't- Sometimes it doesn't make sense, but, the smaller houses usually have a higher per square foot value. That's just the way it always seems to come out. And most of these houses are not that much different than yours.
Well, sure, and I encouraged all them to appeal as well. I don't know
Yeah.
if they did. or
well,
not.
we're gonna get the county to look at it when they get a chance to look
Yeah.
at it, all right?
But that's it.
That's it?
That's all
All
I
right,
have
thank
to
you, sir,
work
have a
with
seat.
here.
Thanks
I don't
for,
have much else to work with.
well, that's all we got from him, so that's all we can do. All right, who's in charge of this one? You?
This is your part of the county.
So I really didn't have too much more than Mr. Dunn had. I just pulled the comps. We did lower it based on the comps. There were quite a few, I would say in his neighborhood. Comp 1, which is identical to his property, is sold for $650. Everything all of them are good minus qualities, about the same square footage. It didn't seem like anything was off in the neighborhood. Sharon Lamar has at least 5 different sections. And in those sections, they're divided into golf or non-golf, or have some kind of lake front. And I believe that we're pretty much equitable in the neighborhood. Like I say, it's divided into 5, and then those 5 divided, so it's at least 10 different sections we recognize, the county recognize, and all of them are different. And like you say, the square footage is gonna be different, ranch homes, square footage is different. And I tried to explain to him, but that's all the county really has. We did the reduction, and we're settling at the 639,400,
And that's the county's value.
yes.
All right? That works for me. Bob, you have any questions for the
No
county?
questions.
All
Thank you.
right. Tom, do you have any questions for the
I have
county?
no questions.
All right. Jim, you got any questions for the county?
No,
We're looking at something?
Mr. Chairman, I'm good.
You are good. All right.
I figured he was ciphering over that.
I did too.
Oh, I'm ciphering,
I know you are.
but I'm good.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. And any other comments you might have, but let's keep it, it's pretty simple. It's real simple. All right. Thank you, sir. All right. Anything else? What's next on the agenda?
Next is hearing 3, the staff recommendations, which have been settled, and we have an agreement with the appellant.
Okay.
I make a motion, we accept the staff recommendations in number 3.
Yep.
What is that,
And
appendix
we're gonna do it
A?
now, or when we go into deliberations?
We only have one. Let's go ahead and I want to do them now. Yeah, let's do it. There's a motion to approve.
Yeah, get them out of the way.
Yep. All right. Is there a
That's
second?
Addendum A, to approve addendum A, the settlements.
Second.
All right. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. What's the next item on the agenda?
The next item on the agenda is hearing 4. These are appeals in which we've made a value adjustment since the board has convened.
Right.
We haven't heard anything back from the appellant, so we need y'all to vote on the valuation changes that we've made.
Like we've done in the past. Okay. Is there a motion on that?
So move, Mr. Chairman, that we, approve, consent agenda addendum B.
All right.
Second.
There is a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Now, this is the time we go in deliberations, but we already tabled one, is that correct?
That's
First
correct.
We referred one, I guess.
Well, deferred one. That was the motion, and that's what was done. The next one on the list is number 2, hearing number 2.
Hearing 2,
All right.
07054-641.
Okay. Well, it's up to y'all, but, I mean, 600, 625, 639, it's kind of close together. I think they had comps. I mean, all he was doing is just bringing up,
Tax value and square foot.
and, nothing against it, but, unless we go through and actually check, that's all we got.
Well, $10 or $15 a foot and with varying, square foot.
That's if this is correct.
Is all
yeah.
normal.
That's if
So-
this is correct, and really and truly,
And-
10%,
And
600 to 630, that's 5%. What's
the
the,
correlation
see anything here that
between
changed my
smaller
mind.
houses and higher, if
Yeah.
you've got a 1,000 square foot, I'll keep the math simple. If you get a 1,000 square foot house on a 5-acre property, I'm exaggerating to
Right.
make it easy for me. And then you put a 10,000 square foot house on there on a 5-acre property, your square footage the land is not going to necessarily change in value. It's the underlying land, albeit a quarter or an eighth of an acre or whatever it is. That can be the difference right there. It's the land is what, a certain percentage of the overall value of the house, and you just roll it into the house. I mean, that's
all right,
that would explain the discrepancy right there, or some of it.
okay.
I just didn't see
Do we-
anything to change my mind.
All right, do we have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we uphold the county at the current value of $639,400.
Second.
All right, there is a second. Bob, second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Next what? Next Thursday, I'm sorry, I won't be able to be here.
Oh, no.
And it has nothing to do with this meeting today. It really doesn't.
Yeah,
It had more to do with the meeting that Van wasn't here last week.
I won't be able to make that. No.
You're not gonna be
Yeah,
here next week either?
No, I'll be,
Okay, that's good.
Holy Convocation.
That's why I wanted to say,
I will
go
be
ahead.
here. I will be
I'm
here.
All right.
available.
Okay, and then, see where Dutch is. That's why I'm saying it, because I know you said you weren't gonna be here, and I'm letting you know right now, I'm not gonna be here next Thursday, 31st. All right? Anything else, gentlemen? Go
Make a
ahead.
motion, we adjourn.
All right,
Second that, Mr. Chairman.
any discussion?
No.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So moved. We're adjourned.
Good job.
It's just,
It drives me crazy, but